Welcome back to Satisfactory version 1, and I got a big one today. It's episode 20. We're gonna do everything electronics related. I want to build high-speed connectors, circuit boards, and computers. And there's a couple of other cool things I've planned, including developing the rifle so we can shoot from far with something a bit better than our current railgun, which is not bad, but a rifle will be better. If you want to check any of the previous video where I go into all of the basics, showing you how to create the perfect turbo fuel factory, for example, and much more, don't hesitate to check in the video description below for the full playlist. But yeah, let's go into our MAM and do a couple of research, because in the last few episodes, we have unlocked quite a few things, right? Plastic, rubber, etc. So we want to do things. Starting with mycelia. There was only one thing less in the mycelia tree, so I want to complete it. It is a new recipe for fabric. Currently, to make fabric, we need to use mycelia and biomass. Now we have using a bit of fabric and using a bit of polymer resin that we are getting from the oil, right? We can do this research and have the synthetic polyester fabric. What is it I'm gonna say?
Research completed. Polyester fabric recipe unlocked. Using polyethylene terephthalate, production of a lightweight and strong fabric can be automated. It has many of the properties of naturally sourced fabric and also amplifies body odor.
Thank you for all this information, Ada. So now the fabric, we still have obviously the main recipe in the assembler, but we also have a new recipe in the refinery where we're gonna use this polymer resin I just showed you and a bit of water to make fabric. So it's a lot easier to make fabric, and with this you can easily automate the production, for example, of gas filter, right? And in the future there's also going to be something else, but mainly for gas filter, I guess. So that's the first one, synthetic fabric, quick and easy. And one more to finish. Then we go into sulfur, where we have done in the past a couple at the top, including getting black powder, getting the Nobelisk, the turbo fuel. Now we get into smokeless powder. It takes some of this black powder and some plastic. This is why we haven't done it before, because we needed the plastic.
Research completed. Smokeless powder recipe unlocked. New sulfur research available for the development of high-end weaponry and ammunition.
So we have over here the black powder, right? Remember, this is coal and sulfur. Now, if we type over here smokeless, you will see how to make it. This is again in the refinery because it's using some liquid, and in particular actually some heavy oil residue. So it's not going to be that easy to make where we used to be making black powder, right? We're making currently black powder over here. I don't think there's any oil there. I need to check. So in the case, maybe we are going to make it, into our old plastic and rubber factory, but we'll find a way. We'll find a way. I definitely want to automate this. And like everything else that you make in your refinery, you cannot make it on the crafting bench, right? It requires liquid. You can't make things with liquid everywhere here, so you won't be able to find it. And thus, I've done the smokeless powder, but I haven't done the rifle. I'm gonna do the rifle just now. But before, let's talk about the next one, the high-speed connector, which is in quartz, not quartz, caterium. We have it over here, taking 500 of quick wire and 50 of plastic. Again, this is why we haven't done it before, because it takes plastic. We can research it, and now we're gonna be able to make them.
Research completed. High-speed connector recipe unlocked. New caterium research available.
We can do it in the crafting bench, or we can do it into something that we can't see yet because we haven't unlocked it yet. It is the manufacturer, right? Three inputs, sorry. We have the circuit board, we have some quick wire, and we have the cables. But we can do a couple if we want to over here, right? I don't know if we have actually what's needed on me. I didn't really plan for this. So where is it? High speed connector. No, I don't have any circuit boards, that's true, and even quick wire on me, but we could if we wanted, especially if you want to continue doing a couple of these research over here. Like this one only takes 50, this one takes 25, 10 over here, right? So if you want to do some of these, you could do it manually, but don't worry, we're going to automate it. We're these type of people, we automate everything. And I think that's good for us to stop now with the MAM. So now the idea is to automate smokeless powder, automate high-speed connector, automate circuit board. Now circuit board we unlocked in the last episode, but we haven't started to automate. It is actually, for the base recipe, it is actually in the assembler. You're taking plastic and copper sheet. And then last but not least, before we start making all of this, because spoiler alert, I'm not going to make many of these in the same place, we want to start making in tier 6, the first research. We finished tier 5, now tier 6. we want to do industrial manufacturing so that we can unlock this manufacturer that is needed for the high-speed connector. And we can unlock also the computer, which I want to automate here in this episode. And this will also give us access to the heavy modular frame, modular engine, and adaptive control. Now, I think these ones will come in the next episode, but still, let's select and unlock this milestone, a very important milestone. Right, the manufacturer is the evolution, basically, of the assembler. And yeah, I don't think we have what it takes to build it, actually.
Milestone reached. Manufacturers can receive up to 4 inputs for the production of complex parts, such as computers and heavy modular frames, but most importantly, the 2 new project parts. The modular engine and adaptive control unit are essential for the development of Phase 3 of project assembly. You are making good progress. The future is starting to look bright.
Oh, thank you. Now look at this big machine. It is huge. It is huge, and we're talking indeed about 4 inputs, or 3, right? We can do many things. So the last 2 of Phase 3, the heavy modular frames, high-speed connector, SAM fluctuator also, right? Computer crystal oscillator that we unlocked a long time ago but didn't start doing. And there is another recipe for the gas filter over here. So yeah, I'm very excited. Let me start building. I'll show you where and everything. But I first need to prepare, get the right resources. So I'll see you there. So we are back at our initial plastic and rubber factory over here, right? And yeah, there is actually quite a lot of resources close by. So if I go into sulfur, you will see some sulfur not too far. Okay, thinking, yeah, it's over here. And similarly for coal, there is some coal not too far either, over here. And I think there was another one, but anyway, so there's coal and sulfur not too far. So we could remake some, yeah, it is, there's coal. Yeah. So we could remake black powder, and then I can use the one in the back there that is not used for this plastic and coal, right? We can use this one to make heavy oil residue, and we can make the smokeless powder. So let me bring the coal and sulfur over here. Let me just delete this, we don't need it, and transform this into something interesting for smokeless powder. Can build it maybe over here at the bottom, something like this. So let me work on this and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, ladies and gents, again, we have this one deposit over here that is a pretty small one, and it goes all the way over here into 2 refineries. And then those 2 refineries are creating heavy oil. You can see it by the purple color. And then that goes below into, I think there's 6 refineries. So let me show you. We have here the 2 that are taking crude oil, 30 each, so in total 60. They're making heavy oil residue and polymer resin. The polymer resin actually goes down this elevator. And then the heavy oil, as I showed you, goes over here into this new line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good, I didn't make a mistake. 6 refinery for the new product, right, of black powder plus heavy oil residue. We're talking about 10 each. So actually what we can do is slightly underclock, you know, this one to go to 50%. This makes 60. And that means, you know, I need less. I need only 45 oil. So let's also do that so that our productivity is at 100%, right? So 45. Okay. At the beginning, usually I don't do that. I leave it full so that, you know, the pipes gets full, etc. But yeah, here is, you know, the first input, right, the heavy oil. And then we have an elevator. So the black powder is coming from down. It's actually coming from down here, even if it comes from up. I know it's a strange thing, comes up and goes down. So let me show you, it goes down here, right? We have those elevators full of black powder. There it is, up and up and up. And then on this side, we have the polymer resin, right, that just gets burned. This guy is looking for trouble. Eee, he didn't like that. Okay, sorry. But yeah, with this, we're making the smokeless powder. Now let me show you quickly where this is coming from, right? We have this elevator there, as I said, right? And here, oopsie, let's go back up so you can see where we're making this black powder, because it's definitely a new, you know, factory. The old black powder factory is all the way over here, and now we're here. So yeah, black powder coming through. This is a Mark III belt because we're making 120 per minute thanks to those 4 assemblers here. All right, so we have 4 assemblers next to each other, each of them taking coal and sulfur, 15 of each. So times 4, that's 60, which is exactly an impure node, right? And so we have an impure node of sulfur just behind this mountain here. And then we have the coal actually comes from up there. Oops, sorry. Comes from up there all the way over here. It's pretty far. We're not going to go there, but you know, there's quite a few. There's actually 4 coal mines on that side. But yeah, now we have some smokeless powder, so let's start using it into the MAM, in particular to make some rifle, but also a few other things. So let's go, let's fly down quickly, up. And obviously I didn't need to automate the whole thing just for the rifle, but I think having some reserves will be good into the future. Okay, so we go into the MAM, into the sulfur branch, and we have over here the rifle, 50 of the smokeless powder, 100 motors, and 200 rubber. Can research it. We're also going to do those 2 over here.
Rifle and rifle ammo unlocked. A long-range weapon and rapid-fire ammunition, only to be used for the defense or acquisition of fixed property. Conveniently, this includes everything of value on this planet.
So indeed, we have unlocked a couple of these, right? We've unlocked explosive rebar, we've unlocked cluster nobilis. I'm going to show you that in a second. But we have also unlocked the rifle ammo. So let's make some. Good thing that we're making 15 each time. And then where is the rifle? Ah, I'm missing some screws. I do have... Can I make some screws? I need a bench. I didn't check how many we need, but let's make 50. That should be enough. So it's good that you can always build a crafting bench anywhere you want, because we're not at our base, right? But yeah, let's make a rifle. It was 250, sorry. So I'll see you in a sec. Okay, it is an eternity later, and we have done enough, so we can make 1 rifle. Good thing we only need 1. Well, I mean, I have automated screws, it's just I didn't want to go back to the base. But yeah, we have over here a rifle. Let's put it into our hand instead of the rebar gun, which I don't really care much for. I do want to also, if possible, show you this. So let's do that. Up. Let's do that. Okay. So is there an enemy over here by any chance? Oh, no, there's definitely an enemy over here, because I see something to get. A Mercer sphere. So here it is. Oh, it's actually pretty strong, guys. So let's send this one. So you see, it doesn't explode just one time. It explodes multiple times. Or it makes secondary explosions, if you wish. So that's pretty good when there's many enemies. Also, when you're not, you know, you're not very good at aiming like me. And he's trying to escape. Oops. Sorry, wrong button. But yeah, we're probably gonna want to automate these ones. So I guess this is a good time now to show you the rifle, because he doesn't want to come to me. So you can keep pressing, right? Or you can just click one time, but you don't have to recharge like with the rebar gun all the time. So I love this one. It's obviously way better than the rebar gun, and we're gonna use this one going forward. Okay, so yeah, we have basically done this one, smokeless powder and rifle. So we can move to the high-speed connector, the circuit board, and you may have realized I've added something over here. On top of the computers, I also want to do AI limiters. Now you may be wondering, but wait, we're already doing AI limiters. Why am I talking about AI limiters? Well, for the good reason that we're gonna make it in the same place. Okay, what do I mean? Well, to make AI limiters, computers, high-speed connectors, and circuit boards, you actually only need very few resources. You need some oil, of course, for all of the plastic and rubber. You need some copper for things like cables and copper sheets, and you need some quick wires. You need some quick wires both for the AI limiters and for the high-speed connectors. In the past, we also needed some screws, but now you don't need the screws anymore, and therefore you don't need iron at all. You just need, again, oil, copper, and quick wire. And it turns out we were already bringing copper and quick wires into this factory over here, right? The factory of AI limiter that we built. In the past, we have the quick wire that is, the cadmium ore that is transformed into quick wires over here. And then we had a small base here for copper that was making copper sheet, and that was all coming there. And then this is pretty close to where we are right now, where we're making, this plastic and rubber, right? So actually, again, I think we're gonna use this whole base of AI limiter we're going to revamp it. We're going to also increase some of the production. I mean, for example, over here, this miner on the copper, so let me zoom in so you can see it. This miner over here is a Mark II, but it's a Mark II that is underclocked. We can just overclock it a bit to make a bit more copper. Similarly, over here, this is Mark II, but it's not overclocked, so let's overclock it a bit, plus we don't actually use everything. So we're gonna have all of the resources we need between those three nodes, right? The oil over here, the quick wire or caterium there, and the copper there. We're gonna bring it all there and make a mega factory for everything electronics. So let me make sure that I have everything needed, and then we can start. Okay, so to be very precise, this is the plan. This is what we're gonna build. We're gonna build 2 assemblers for circuit boards, 1 manufacturer for the edge high-speed connector, 1 manufacturer for the computers, 1 assembler for the air limiters, 5.5 constructors for the copper sheet, 1.92, so let's say 2 constructors for the cables, almost 4 constructors for the wires for those cables, and then a bit more than 5 constructors for the quick wire. In total, that means a bit more than 160 of copper ingots, which means 160 of copper ore, right? This is also 62 of caterium ingot, which means almost 190 of caterium ingot. So again, as long as we have 1 deposit, we can overclock it a bit and we'll be enough. We'll have everything we need. So yeah, that's basically the plan, right? Constructors, assembler, manufacturers, then we're gonna need power, of course, we're gonna need, logistics. I'm planning to have 4 industrial container and also 4 dimensional depot uploaders, and of course a lot of foundations and walls and all those type of things, right? So we're gonna start. Remember, this is the first part, right? This part over here, this is where we used to be making copper sheet. Now we're gonna delete this, make a factory a bit bigger to make the wires and the copper sheet. This is going to continue going through here, and this will go into this factory in the back there that we're going to revamp a bit again to make a bit more of quick wire, and then to transform all of this into the different elements, right? Into the computers, the eye limiters, circuit boards, and high-speed connectors. Let's go. I started by deleting it all, and now here it is. We have an upgraded factory, 2 levels actually, right? The miner is inside. We have the first level with the smelter, second level with a lot of constructors. I've used a lot of the blueprints, right? We have our blueprints over here, remember, of 12 smelter for copper, for example. We have 6 constructors, 8 constructors. So we're using those blueprints to build it. Let's go quickly inside. And by the way, I mean, this is a temporary storage container that will disappear. We have, a couple of entrances. We have here a power switch. We can go up this ladder or go inside. If we go inside here, we'll see the overclocked miner, right? 300 per minute. I don't actually need 300, but I've built 300 and I'll show you why. Then we have here 10 smelter. So I took the 12 smelter blueprint and I just deleted 2, right? So it works perfectly. You can see all green. It comes in the middle here. And then on the side, it's merge goes here. Mark 4, right? Because we're talking about 300 per minute, so Mark 3 is not enough. And then that goes up. So let's take the stairs to go up. So I'm going to show you what is happening. Here it is. So it comes over here. And what I'm doing is we have a smart splitter that says first go this side and that side. But if you're full, you go this side. So that's why, I put 300 per minute, even if we're only using technically 167.5, right? So almost half, but that way that creates, a bit of coupons per minute. And in the future, if I need some more copper, I can easily expand. Then we have 2 lines, right? This first line over here is going to create a lot of wires. To be precise, we're talking about, I think it is 3.83. Yes, this one is at 83.3%. So that creates all of this wire. It's merged in the middle here, and then it goes into 2 constructors to create the cables. We're talking about 1.91, right? And then the cables come outside over here and merge. And then next to it, we have another blueprint. So, this was a blueprint. I just took out 2, and then I added 2 more here. This was a full blueprint, because we're using 5.5, so one of them is slightly underclocked. Yeah, this one to 50%. So we have in the middle, all of these ingots, and then here it goes on the outside, it's merged. Now, all of these right now are stopped just because I'm not using them. Now, all of these right now are stopped because I'm not using anything yet. I haven't rebuilt that part yet, but in the future, right, we'll put also an awesome sink at the end. So these ones will never stop, right? It will always be working at 1%. And then, yeah, over here, you know, we have 2 resources that are going into the bridge. Now the bridge used to take only 1 resource, now it's taking 2. So I rebuilt it, right? We can go inside here and you'll see, then it goes up. And it continues, I'm not gonna go all the way. Yeah, continues like this, right? So that is, you know, the bridge, didn't only change it, and then, you know, use some minimalist, but still, I think, very functional and works well in terms of design. We have, you know, for example, those railing to make sure we don't fall to our death, right? We have some different windows here, some roofs, right? And if we go around, we have here, you know, another door, we can go down. In the dune desert, we have another entrance. So here I'm going to show you from the front. So it is another entrance. Here, this is a big wall. I see we're missing, sorry, we're missing something here. No, we're not. It's just, yeah, it's illusion. But yeah, we have the 2 big pillars. This is the big pillar support. You know, you can put it on top or you can put it on the floor as you want. You could put both, by the way. And then we have those big concrete pillars over here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So again, very simple in terms of design, but I think it works really well. We have clean, everything is clean. And now it's going to be time to upgrade the other factory, right? So let me go up so that you can see the before and after. So it is, we are on top. And yeah, so we're going to send both of these cables and copper all the way on this bridge here. Goes all the way here, and then we have this factory that used to be making quick wire and the AI limiter. We're gonna fix this, right? Transform this into a factory that can do all of our electronics. So let me start working on this. Now everything is gone, so let's start rebuilding. So this is still empty over here, but I have rebuilt the top part. It's not fully finished. You can see over here I'm missing a couple. This would probably need to put it into, you know, big concrete block, but we have a new factory here. So let's go over there to check it out. It is producing a lot more, and actually even more than what's needed. So you have 1 way here, you have 1 way there. As always, I'll show you a bit everywhere. So we are inside, you know, the main floor over here, where we have a 1 miner Mark II fully overclock, and that's why we're making 300 per minute. Yeah? So that 300 goes into here. We have how many? This is 45. So I forgot, we're talking about 7, yes, it is 6 point something, 6.66. This is exactly, you know, 300, right? That makes actually exactly 100 of Caterium ingot. Those 100 go over here and they're gonna go up, right? So let's go up. When we get up, we get to this main top floor where, you know, the 100 are coming over here. And again, this is the normal kind of blueprint, right, of constructors. We're going to have, in this case, something a bit special. So we have 4 on this side and we have 6 on this side. Now, they are not all at 100%. Actually, the last one of each is not 100%. Because over here, you know, so we have 5 times 60, that's 300. And then we have 1 more here. This is going to make 10. So that's 310. 310 is exactly what we need for the computer factory. And then on the other side, we're using what's left, right? Which means what's left is 3 completely at 100% and 1 at 16%. That is using 100, you know, of Caterium, and this 100, or yeah, this you know, surplus on this side is going back into this elevator down. This is what you may have seen already over here. It goes here. We have a smart splitter that says first go this side. Then it says first go here into that dimensional depot. Then you can go into the storage container. Now I didn't make all of these. This was, you know, we already had one. We already had one container like this in the old base, so I just transferred everything there. But yeah, we're getting basically a reserve of Caterium wire, and then if this is full, then it can go into the awesome sink, right, to make more. So that way we're using, you know, this mine at the full potential. And as I said, with this is going to start creating some Caterium. So let's go. This is 310, so we need a Mark IV. And it's going to go here, right? And this is what's going to be sent into the computer factory. So yeah, pretty simple. As I said, you know, you have this road here. This is where we came from. We have also one door in the back here, if we want to see it. there. Right, so it's a simple, not an exact rectangle, but still pretty simple layout. And now we're gonna need to go here and make the actual main factory, which will not be big because remember it's just a couple of assemblers at this point, plus a couple of depots and all those type of things. So let me build that quickly. And we're done, or at least I think we are, because I just connected over here the plastic to the new factory. So we're gonna go there, see if this is working. So we have over here, Mark III belt to bring a lot of this plastic from my old plastic factory, right, all the way to this new computer or electronic factory. Now I know this belt is not like super special, we can make it prettier in the future, but yeah, it goes over here. Let's continue to follow it all the way to the new factory here. All right, so we have the new factory of Caterium, and then here is my new electronics factory. As I said, it's not a lot of buildings, so actually you're gonna see that when we get inside, but we can go through this. And here we are inside the factory. So we have a couple of doors as always if you want to enter the factory, and here, there, etc. But most importantly, we have one assembler for air limiters. We have 2 assemblers for the circuit boards. So in total, we're making 15, but we're going to use a lot of that in the 2 manufacturers. Look at these big bad boys here. 2 big buildings, 2 manufacturers, one for the high-speed connectors and one for the computers. All right. The first one is running at 100%, and soon when this gets to 200, then we're going to get more of these to go into this one, and then this one can run at 100% too. So yeah, we're making all of this. I'm going to show you, those elevators in a second, but first let me also show you what we do with all of those resources. Starting with the air limiters, it's pretty simple. There is a smart splitter here that says first go straight, and if you're full, you can go up here. So first you go straight, and then when you go straight, you have another of the splitter that says first go into this dimensional uploader, and if this is full, then you can go into the industrial storage. Given that this one is full, we are starting to send some up here. You can see one here. Then when you go up, you go down and you go into the awesome sink. So we're starting to make some coupons with the air limiters. And then we have the same for the other ones. Like if you look over here, right, it's exactly the same. We have a first smart splitter. Let me make sure, yeah, that says overflow this side, but first go onto that side where you have one dimensional depot and one storage container. Dimensional depot is not full yet. Same on this side, right? We go up if you're full, but first go here. First you should go there, and if you overflow, you go onto that one. This one, how are we doing? 47, so we will soon be full, and soon we can start having some on this side. And then for the circuit board, it is slightly more complex because first we need to merge both of these. Then we have one more smart splitter that says first go this side being the input to the 2 manufacturers. And then if this is full, then you can go, to the same where we have the overflow on this side and the dimensional depot and normal container here. And you see also that, by the way, all of these surplus, right, they all get merged onto this line here of mergers. So this way we only have one of the awesome sink, right? We don't need more than one. And yeah, there's quite a bit of light thanks to, those skylights there. And let's go back up so you can see what's happening here. So it's all of these are elevators, right? So we have the quick wires that are coming down. They go over here. Some of them go for the first here, and then the others go here. Then we have the same on the other side with the cables, right? The cables go here and there. We have the copper sheets that are going into the assemblers for circuit boards, the 2 over here, and for the air limiters. And then lastly, we have the plastic. The plastic must go into the 2 circuit boards here, and it also goes into the computer at the end. So the plastic, right, that's the route that we took. It starts here, right, goes here towards the wall, goes over here, can follow it, goes over there, and it comes out here, and then goes there. One smart splitter, not smart splitter, normal splitter, second splitter, I put those small concrete beams to support them, and a final one here. So yeah, it's at the end of the day, you know, pretty small factory at the central piece here, but that's also because we've made multiple small factory, right? We have our copper small factory over here, we have our Caterium small factory there, and we have our oil one behind this mountain. So yeah, it is, ladies and gents, I think that is high-speed connector, circuit boards, computers and AI limiters, and so we can go back to the main city, to our main base, to do a bit more MAM research. Let's go. We are back at the base, and now that we have in our dimensional depot the quick wire, the high-speed connectors, and the computer, we're just missing the circuit boards because I don't think, you know, we've gotten enough yet in the computer factory to have any go to the dimensional depot. But yeah, we have these, so it's easy, you know, to take them out now like this. I'll put them in my inventory, and we can do a couple of things in the map. We can go, for example, in the sulfur over here, we have this great one, 6 inventory slots. That's always super useful. So let's take it. Let's see what Ada is going to say. Oh,
pocket dimension inflated by utilizing numinous gel hydrology
okay.
channeled through the third spigot. Some used to say this as impossible.
Impossible doesn't mean anything.
Has long since been removed from my dictionary.
So there's a couple we can still do, but this one will require nuclear. We're pretty far from it. This one will require aluminium. We don't have that yet. And similarly over here, these ones are very advanced. Not gonna get these ones right away. Here, we're gonna need quartz, no, crystal oscillator, sorry. So this is what I think we're gonna do in the next episode. We have then in the Caterium quite a few that we can do with our high-speed connectors, like Pole Mark III. Let's get that. We have the priority power switch that I'll show you in another episode.
Priority power switch unlocked. This assists with power grid management by automatically powering down specified connections when a grid failure is imminent. Use it to prioritize power for the most important infrastructure.
Sure thing. Homing rifle ammo, we need 500 of ammo, but we could do that soon. Then here the geothermal generator. I need more high-speed connectors. See? We were in the Caterium, and we can 1000 quick wires, 100 high-speed connectors, and 50 motors. And with this, we could put a thermal generator on the geysers. Now, depending on the geysers, it's going to be, you know, more or less, but it is basically sort of free energy. You know, the only thing is that energy fluctuates, but it is sort of free energy, so that's pretty cool.
Geothermal generator unlocked. Geysers added to the object scanner. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. When life gives you deadly geothermal vents, run directly towards them and build generators. Use potentially lethal natural phenomena for your own benefit. It's the fix-it way.
The fix-it way. Last but not least, we will be able to do some alien technology, in particular over here. Look at this, the power augmenter and the production amplifier. We just need some circuit boards for this one, and for this one we can already do it right now. But that will have to wait for the next episode. In the next episode we'll definitely do this. We'll do the production amplifier, and I'm gonna use it to boost some of the production and also to duplicate some interesting production. So stay tuned for this. We're going to also build the power augmenter if possible, or at least so research it. And you're gonna see that's gonna give us another big boost in our energy. And then I have a few other goals. I mean, as I just said, I think we should make the crystal oscillators in the manufacturer. Let me show you quickly. This recipe over here, the crystal oscillators, right? We should make that, I think. We should probably also make SAM fluctuators in an automated way. We have automated the reanimated SAM already, so we just need some wires and some steel. And I think we will also do heavy modular frames. We have done in the past normal modular frames. Now we will need a lot of things to make heavy modular frames. This is one of the hard production in the game, in my opinion. So also we may want to try to get in the future an alternate recipe for it. And with this, and in particular, you know, those heavy modular frames, we could then go back into a hub terminal and we could do many. I mean, this one we can already do it. It's a lot of resources, but we can. We can do that one now that we have the computers. We can do the pipe with the heavy modular frames, and we will be able to also do the Fixit Blueprint Mark II with those modular frames and computers. So we could finish tier 6 in the next episode, and then that will lead us, you know, to finish obviously phase 3, right? And these are actually not big numbers. You can see 500 and 100. So I'm not even sure we're gonna fully automated. We're gonna see, so that we move to phase 4 quickly. I hope you enjoyed this one. I mean, that was definitely a very important episode to make sure that we start creating some computers, some high-speed connectors and circuit boards. So I'm very happy that we use some old ones and just expand them. I think they look pretty nice too. So please smash like button and I hope to see you next time.